Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is time for another camping trip. This is Monday, I do believe. So we should be in pretty fair shape of finding us a camping spot. Uh, it was cold for Arkansas. It was 25 degrees this morning when I got up. I think it's supposed to get down to around that tonight. So I'm certain we'll be thankful for the diesel heater. I think right now the only hunting season in is bow season, so should be safe enough. We don't have to worry about any wayward hunters throwing a 30-06 round through our tent. But this is a really good time of year to camp, as far as I'm concerned. You can have you a nice blazing campfire and not have to skeech back from it. It's just a good time all around. I want to thank everybody that watched my last video, or my last couple of videos, on that Nature's Nest rooftop tent. That thing's pretty cool. We will be sleeping in that again on this camping trip. I think we're probably just going to stay 2 days. The weather's supposed to be, well, I always say that the weather's supposed to be decent, but it typically finds a way to rain on us every time. I tell you what, it took me a while to dry out from that last trip. Man, it rained and rained and rained and rained. But no big deal. We all know that if you camp very much, you are going to get caught in the rain more than you want to. But anyway, it's supposed to be nice and sunny. I think the high is for the next few days is right around the 50-degree mark. I don't think it's supposed to quite get there today, but tomorrow and the next day I think it's around 50, and then in the 20s at night, which that's totally tolerable. I don't mind. In Arkansas this time of year, it can be 15 degrees or it can be 75 degrees. You just never know what you're going to get. So when you live here, you just get used to it, and you pack accordingly for camping trips. But anyway, we got about an hour's drive to get to the area where I want to hunt up a camping spot. So we'll do that, and I'll get back with y'all when we get there. Hey y'all, welcome back. We found us a camp spot. We've been here before back in the summertime, but hadn't been here in the fall. It's kind of pretty with all the leaves gone. The wind is kicking up like nobody's business, so I'm not quite sure what we're going to do as far as the tarp arrangement. We have the trailer set up over there, so that's kind of where we're going to sleep. And we got the truck right there and the fire pit right there. Anyway, it's going to take me a while to get this set up, and then I'll get back with y'all. We'll probably do something super simple for supper since it's later in the afternoon. Maybe roast some hot dogs on the fire or whatever. But it's going to be plenty cold tonight, so we should have a nice fire to sit down. And anyway, we're going to make the best of what we have. So I'll get back with y'all in just a little bit. All right, everybody, welcome back. Got everything mostly set up just the way I need it. Over here I got the rooftop tent popped, and I got the diesel heater hose running inside, so I shouldn't have any trouble keeping warm tonight. It's supposed to get down to about 25, I think, so might need a little extra heat, wouldn't hurt. And I'll pan around. Got quite a bit of wood stacked up here. I got grill there. I brought that spit because I have every intention of roasting a chicken over the fire. I had other obligations over Thanksgiving and right close thereafter. So, I was going to do a Thanksgiving camp out and cook the entire meal, but now I'm kind of turkeyed out. So I'm just going to roast a chicken over the fire. Probably do it tomorrow. Probably slow roast it. Take a little while, but it'll be fun. But anyway, there's the truck. I set this tarp up this way for a reason. When I got here, the wind was blowing from this direction about 25 miles an hour. So I set this tarp up this way to block the wind off of my fire. And it makes a pretty good shelter, keep the wind off of you. I didn't put it close enough to the fire where, it should have no trouble with embers getting to it or anything of that nature. But anyway, that's why I set it up like this. And if you notice, I do not have the Coleman stove out. I'm going to try not to use that. It's a little bit of a dragging that gas bottle out and hooking the stove up, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just going to, I'll either make coffee on the fire or in the fire maple right there. And I'm going to attempt to do all the cooking over the fire. So I'm going to do that chicken, probably bacon and eggs, maybe some sausage, some roasted vegetables. I'm going to try to do it all over the fire. Or that's my intent anyway. But anyhow, I just want to bring you all up to speed on what I got going on. As usual, I don't know what time it is, so probably before dark, I'm going to get a fire roll. Matter of fact, I might start the fire now. I'll get the fire put together, and then we'll probably roast some hot dogs or something of that nature. I ain't quite sure, but I'll bring y'all back for that. Thanks for watching. Hey everybody, welcome back. It is starting to get dark here pretty quick. Sun's done gone down behind the trees and it's starting to cool off pretty good too. Pretty chilly out here, and it is about time to get us some hot dogs on the stick. Let's see if I can do this without burning myself or wrecking a hot dog. Let's see. Whoo! That stick kind of hot, boys and girls. I'll burn the baby. I tell you, it's been a really nice afternoon weather-wise. It was nice and sunny, and it was chilly because when I got here, man, that wind was out of hand. But luckily enough, we were able to set the tarp up for just such a wind, and it didn't bother too bad, really. Could have been a lot worse, I guess. But I got camp set up in pretty short order. Of course, there's a lot of things that I didn't bring and I didn't set up, but I have learned that you don't have to bring everything you own every time. I like the thought of having everything I need when I need it, but just a little pre-planning will help you out a bunch in that particular area. But I didn't really plan on cooking anything elaborate this evening, so these hot dogs are going to work just fine. I have some jalapeno potato chips over there. I'll probably eat those with these hot dogs and let that be it for the night. But we'll do bacon and eggs in the morning, or maybe sausage and eggs, something. I think we got both. But and that we're gonna put that chicken on this fire to roast tomorrow, probably late morning. I've smoked a lot of chickens on the smoker, and I've deep fried chickens and I've baked chickens, but I don't know that I've ever cooked the chicken on a spit. I've cooked a lot of other things on the spit, but I don't really know what the cook time would be for a mediocre fire and a chicken on a stick, but we'll figure it out. Some things, you just have to learn as you go. Surely I can do it. Man of my caliber. I made some coffee earlier I boiled the water in the fire maple because it boils water so fast. And then I made the coffee in the Stanley French press, which that has been a well-used part of my camping arsenal since I got it. My wife bought that for me, I don't know, a while back. I brought it on quite a few camping trips. I think it was a birthday present, but I'm pretty sure I got it long before my birthday because I'm not a good waiter, but it has been really good. I have enjoyed it. It makes everything super simple. But then it's in the actual pot for that isn't very well insulated. So when it's this cold outside, you got to pour it over into something else and heat it back up on the fire or wherever you got some fire. But that process just goes super fast. That, and there's just something real cool about reheating your coffee on the fire. It just takes you back to the old cowboy days, I guess. But anyway, I am going to finish roasting these hot dogs and drinking my coffee. And then I will probably hang around the campfire for a good while tonight. I mean, it's way early. Again, I don't know what time it is, but since it's getting dark, I would assume it's right around the 5 o'clock hour somewhere, thereabouts. But, I probably should get a watch. Since my phone isn't always handy, especially when I'm recording something and need to know what time it is or what the temperature is. I did get a thermometer, an indoor-outdoor situation where I can keep the indoor part of it up in the rooftop tent with me, and I'll put the outside sensor out here somewhere so we can see, how cold it gets. It records the coldest temperature and then the warmest temperature. So I always find that interesting. I always did have a regular thermometer I would put out while I was camping just for my own satisfaction, but I figure I will share that information with y'all. Not that you care, but you might. You might care. Who knows? I think the older you get, the more you care about thermometers and rain gauges. I used to make fun of old folks and their rain gauges, but I like rain gauges. I like to know how much rain we got. That's good talk right there. If you're gonna get together with your old buddies, everybody, well, how much rain did you get at your place last night? It's just general conversation for old folks. We don't talk about who won the football game or any of that stuff. We talk about how much rain did you get, or how's your garden growing, that kind of stuff. But anyway, I have bored y'all long enough with my hot dog cooking, so I'm gonna get off here right now and finish this stuff, and I'll get back with y'all in just a little while. Hey y'all, welcome back. I just want to take a second and share my fire with you. It's a beautiful fire, beautiful night. It's just a little chilly, but so you get close to the fire. And then check out this moon. I don't know how well it's going to pick up on here, but that moon is just outstanding. I'm certain this camera is not doing it justice, but at any rate, there's the moon. And there's my fire. I'm going to sit around here and enjoy this fire for probably an hour or two, and then I'm going to retire to the rooftop tent and watch a movie. So y'all have a good night, and I will see you for coffee in the morning. Well, good morning, y'all. It is a nice morning. It's chilly, real chilly, but the diesel heater kept me nice and toasty all night. I'm sure I can get a shot of this sunrise over here without blinding you. Yeah, it is a beautiful morning. Looks like it's going to be a nice sunny day. It's not going to be super warm, but it's not going to be terribly cold either. Somewhere, I think, around 50 maybe. I got me a little fire started this morning. I got to get some Well, I'm gonna get brush my teeth and then get the coffee on, and then we'll do a little bacon and eggs, I think. Yeah, we'll do just a little bacon and eggs this morning. Anyway, I just wanted to bring y'all up to speed on that magnificent sunrise. And wasn't terribly frosty this morning. I got up, I don't know, probably at least 2 times last night to use the bathroom, which is kind of a downfall to that rooftop tent. You got to come on down that ladder every time you need to use the bathroom, but it wasn't that big a deal. Got through it just fine. But it was, the wind had picked up again last night. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. This might keep a chill inside my rooftop tent, but I kept that diesel heater on. I kept it on low, the lowest setting it has. And it kept it, I don't know, just over 60 degrees in there, which is super warm compared to what it was outside. Probably twice as warm as it was outside, or more. But anyway, let me get my morning routine started here, and then I'll get back with y'all in just a little bit. Hey y'all, welcome back. I was just heating up some water on the fire maple here this morning for coffee, and it seems that the fire maple runs a lot slower when it's 32 degrees outside. You're not going to get your water boiling in 2.5 minutes, that's for sure. It's more like about 5 or 6 minutes. But I'm sure the fuel canister was cold, and just the temperature itself. But we do have hot water now. All right, we will give that a few minutes to make that coffee do what coffee does. Put the lid on it. Tell you, to each season there's something a little different you got to do with everything, and with things as far as, and it's not even cold here really. 32 degrees in the grand scheme of things isn't very cold, but as far as boiling water, cook times on different things, you gotta just learn to go with the flow, I guess. But it's no big deal because I'm not in a hurry, and I'm the only one here, so it really doesn't matter. And apparently I don't know how to pour water without spilling it, so clean up the house a little bit here. When I get this coffee straightened around, I'll get some bacon prep to go on the fire. I got my little grill grate over there, but I'm trying to give that wood a little bit to burn down. I don't want to have to stand on top of the bacon and make sure that it's not burning. So give me a few minutes. I'll get some coffee going here, and then we'll get that bacon cooking. I'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back. Just cooking a little breakfast here. I decided against the bacon. I went with some turkey sausage and roasted cauliflower and broccoli. And I'm gonna crack a couple eggs in here. To finish it off. There we go. You know what they say, cauliflower and broccoli ain't just for supper anymore. All right, wind's starting to pick up pretty good around here. Yeah, starting to get a little windy again. Might be a day like yesterday. Well, good heavens, wind is picking up. and blew my light over. Yep, it has been a good morning. Sun's starting to warm everything up a little. Sure is. Getting a little heat there. All right. Yep, it don't get much better than this, boys and girls. A little coffee and breakfast over the fire. And y'all were lucky enough to get to come along with me on this adventure. You know, it's unusual. I haven't seen any deer this morning. Usually when I'm camped here in the mornings, you know, just after daylight, some deer usually happen by in pretty close proximity, but this morning I haven't seen any wildlife. I haven't even seen a squirrel. I don't know if, you know, hunting season ended, well, gun season ended last Sunday, and there was quite a few hunters around here. And I did want to mention there was a couple, a husband and wife, camped in this spot last weekend, and they had stopped by where I was camped and see, you know, if I had been hunting and if I had done any good. But anyway, they were here, and he said they had been camped here for, I don't know, a week or two. And I have to say they took really good care of this camp. When I showed up yesterday, nobody had been here since they left, and man, they left this place clean. There was no trash. There was 2 or 3 sticks of wood that they had left over that they had just left over to the side. So they are pretty good stewards of the dispersed camping area for sure. And I don't know, I don't think they killed anything, but well, I tell you, it'd have to be, depending on where you shot a deer here, you better hope it died right where you shot it, because there's some steep hills. I mean, we're on a ridge here, and the ridge runs back that way a pretty long ways before it peters out and goes downhill. So if you could shoot one on that ridge, you'd be in pretty good shape. But if it went left or right, you'd have plenty of dragging to do for sure. But anyway, I am going to finish this breakfast up and drink this coffee. It's my last of my coffee here, which is it might be my 3rd cup. These little cups are small. I bought a set of Coleman camp dishes, plates, bowls, and these little cups. And you would think that the coffee would get cold pretty quick. It's just a metal cup, but you know, it's pretty cold, and you know, it hangs right in there. And the good part, the handle gets a little bit warm, so it keeps your hand warm. But come summertime, that ain't going to be, I don't think that'll be a plus. But you know, I have other coffee cups besides these, so it's not really a big deal. But anyway, I'm going to get my breakfast cooked and ate, and change my fire around some, and get ready to put that chicken on. We're going to roast that chicken. I might have said before, I've never roasted a chicken on a spit before, so it'll be new to me. But we'll get it rubbed down with something and get it on the fire, and that'll be our lunch supper combination. But anyway, I'll get back with y'all in just a little bit. Hey everybody, welcome back. We got the chicken all rubbed and dressed. Slid him on the spit. About to set him on fire here. It's roughly 10 or 15 after 11. I don't know how long this will take, but I wouldn't assume it's going to be a super long process, but you just never know. Especially with it being a little bit cold outside, it might take a little longer, but hopefully we end up with some good chicken. It, you know, with them being you know, with everything out of the inside, it didn't really go on that spit too well, but I got it secured on there, and we'll just keep an eye on this bad boy over the next few hours, and hopefully we'll turn out with something really good for supper. We shall see. But anyway, thanks for coming along on this journey with me, and we'll see how this chicken turns out. Hey y'all, welcome back. This chicken has been cooking on this fire for a long time. A lot longer than I wanted it to be. It's gonna be doggone dark before this chicken gets done. I'm trying to cook it with the fire low, keep it from torching the skin. Not that I wasn't gonna eat the skin anyway, but I thought I would try to do it slow like that. But that's not really working out the way I wanted it to. So I dropped it down just a little bit, build the fire up just a little more. We're gonna have to go ahead and torch that skin. Since I've done that, it's really started rendering a lot more fat off of it. But that skin is going to be some kind of crispy by the time it gets done. You know, I've done several pork loins and pork roasts and other things on the spit. Worked a lot faster and came right. I mean, the chicken's still going to be good and very edible. It's just been time consuming. Not like I have a lot of stuff to do or anywhere to go, but you know, watching a chicken cook is kind of like watching paint dry. It's pretty boring, but now it's really starting to render down pretty good, and it's starting to cool off again. Sun's kind of on its way down over there. It's probably, I don't know, probably 2 hours before dark, but hopefully the old chicken gets done before then. But anyhow, I just want to give y'all an update, and I'll get back with you when the chicken's done. All right, y'all, welcome back. The chicken got done. It was 3 hours and some change on that chicken, I think. Anyway, got me a nice fire blaze, and now that I got the chicken out of the way, I already had time for that chicken to cool, and I pulled all the meat and put it away in the cooler. I got me some coffee fired up here, so y'all bear with me. I'm gonna go ahead and press this. Voila. It's as easy as that. All right, scramble over here for a coffee cup. And don't worry, y'all. I know you be seeing me drinking coffee late in the evening like this. You know, it's decaf. Which, when you drink your coffee like mud, like I do, you really can't tell a whole lot of difference between decaf and regular coffee. But I'm gonna sit around this fire for a while. Excuse me. It probably ain't long till dark. Looks like got a shot of the sunset just about to go behind those trees on that ridge over there. So yeah, it's a pretty sunset. Something you don't get to see when all the leaves are on. And it's a really nice view across there to the next mountaintop also. It's really pretty out here. Once the leaves get gone, you can really see some stuff. See for quite a ways. It's really quiet back here. I haven't had any visitors this trip. Nobody came to see me. All right. So anyway, there's that. Like I said, I'm gonna let y'all get back to doing what you were doing, and I'm gonna sit around this fire for a while and enjoy the evening. This will be my last night here. I'll probably go home after breakfast in the morning. So I'm gonna burn up the rest of this wood and enjoy myself, have me some quiet time, and I will see y'all in the morning for breakfast. Hey, good morning, y'all. It is morning of day 3. It's just a little after 4. Sometimes you just can't sleep. So I got up and built a fire. I got me some coffee water running here. Got me some coffee in there. And, I tell you, it didn't get as cold as it did. It didn't get as cold last night as it was, a couple of nights before. So that was a bonus. It stayed. Well, it didn't stay. The diesel heater kept it about 70 degrees up in that rooftop tent, so that was nice. I don't think I'm gonna cook breakfast this morning. I don't really feel much like eating. I just feel like drinking some coffee and sitting around the fire. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe later on in the morning I might feel like cooking a little something, but I'm just really not hungry. I guess that, I ate some of that chicken last night, and I guess that's carrying me through. I don't know. I didn't make anything to go with the chicken. I just ate some chicken, so, which is different. But I've kind of changed up my lighting game a little bit, so I can do more filming in the dark hours since it gets dark so early now. I'd have to be cooking supper at 3 o'clock in the afternoon to get it in the daylight. But so the lighting game is definitely better than it has been as far as my stuff. I'll probably be packing up today and going home. Got some, always have something to do, If I was at home, I wouldn't have nothing to do. But since I'm not at home, there's something I need to do today. I gotta, I think last year at some point, my wife bought an oven, some fancy dancy, I can't tell you what it is. But anyway, that thing, it worked like a champ for quite a long time, but then it just started, would run for a while, get to a certain temperature, and just shut itself off. So, it's one of those, it hooks to your internet. So she called the company and they had her do some kind of thing and a software upgrade. If your oven in your house needs a software upgrade, you got a problem. Folks, y'all just have an oven that you turn the gas on and put your biscuits in there and they cook. But that ain't the way things are these days. Everything can be operated from the internet. Our microwave, you tell Alexa to do this or that and she'll do it on the microwave, the oven, a lot of stuff. But I don't know, anytime where there's technology involved, there's going to be problems as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, I'm going to get off here, get this fire. Got my mind on sitting around that fire. Get this coffee finished up, and then I'll get back with y'all in a little while, probably after it gets daylight. Hey y'all, welcome back. I just wanted to take a minute and share this beautiful morning sky with y'all. It doesn't get much prettier than this. All right, that's all you get. All right, there's the old war wagon there with the rooftop tent. I still have the diesel heater running just because it also heats that bottom unit, and that's where my bathroom is, and I have not been there yet today. So anyway, here's my fire. Been sitting around this fire for an hour or so, waiting on daylight. Still got a super bright moon up there. But when it gets daylight enough to make sure I'm not losing anything, I'm going to pack this situation up. I've just been sitting here drinking coffee, staying warm by the fire. Obviously, if you spend any time in the outdoors, you know that it gets cooler just before daylight. You know, it's the coldest time of morning is just before it begins to get light. So it's cooled off quite a bit since I got up at 4. But I don't really have that much to pack up, just this little bit of stuff, that table and then my kitchen box, and take this tarp down. Tell you, that tarp came in handy this trip. You know, it hasn't been windy the whole time, but the first day I got here, the wind was super strong and it was coming right from that direction. So that really helped shield my fire and me from that cold wind. But it's the first time I've ever set it up like that, but it worked really well. And something for me to keep in mind for the next time I have wind trouble. But it's been an enjoyable trip for sure. I didn't really do much of anything. Yesterday I cooked that chicken, which took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. But it turned out really well. I don't have any complaints. And I brought just enough wood for the 3 days I've been here. Everything worked out really well. I'm not sure exactly when I'll get back out. Probably today is, I don't know if it's Tuesday or Wednesday. Well, when you get out like this, you just lose all track of time for sure. But probably by the weekend, I'll be back out camping somewhere. I don't know if I'll be up here in the mountains or if I'll go down to the flatlands and do some camping. But either way, camping's camping. I'm happy no matter where I'm camping, generally, as long as I'm not in a campground full of people. But anyway, I just wanted to share that sky with y'all. So I'm going to get off here and I'll bring you back. I might do a time lapse when I start breaking everything down. That's something I haven't done, I think, probably since my very first video. But anyway, I'll do that. You know, when you watch videos about people opening and closing rooftop tents, you know, I think they make it look like it goes a little faster than it does. I mean, it doesn't take a super long time. Obviously, it's a lot easier than breaking a tent down that's on the ground, just because of the way it sets up. But it does take a little time. I mean, it's under 10 minutes, obviously, but you know, when you pull that thing down, it's just natural for the sides to want to stick out. You know, when you pull it down, they just automatically want to blow out. So then you got to tuck everything in. It's a little bit more of a chore than people lead you to believe, but it is still really easy. But I can't wait till we get some snow or maybe some ice, because I think that's gonna change the whole way that thing opens and closes. But we shall see. We don't really get a lot of it here, but we do get some every year, so I'm sure we'll get a chance to test it out. But anyway, I'll get back with y'all when it's time to pack up. All right, y'all, it is time to wrap this one up. We have another camping trip in the bag. We are going to head for the house and get my wife's oven sent to the oven hospital. But anyway, like I said, later this week, probably towards the weekend, we'll get out for another camping trip. I sure appreciate everybody coming and hanging out with me on this camping trip. It's been big fun, and we'll see what the next one brings. Thanks, everybody.